What up, everybody? Charlie B back in the building. Welcome to Bizarroville. Everybody, welcome. Okay, just like last night, I told you I was coming back today. That's why I don't touch this little stuff. You feel me? When he 5, 4, 3, 2. But y'all got to adjust. I don't waste your time. Let's get it. Let's go, man. Let's proceed.
What's going on, y'all? It's IAG Farms, where it's all about God, where the Lord has given us a vision from Ephesians chapter 4, verse 28. It says, let him move slow, still no more, but rather let him labor, working with his hands, so he can have something to give to those that are in need. And that's the vision and the purpose for our farm. And
Okay, that was the vision and the purpose for your farm. But allegedly, it almost took you six years to get here. And let me ask you this question. If there was no reaction channels, would you be here now, sir? I'll wait. Y'all think about that one.
this ministry, like I said, we run our property like a business. We run it like a family. We run it like a ministry, all wrapped up in one, and
I told you he runs his ministry like a business, right? What does business do? What does businesses make? Money, like Carly B say, right? Like, my whole point is this. Okay, business, ministry, and family, we just ball it up into one. They're all totally three different things.
The Bible teaches us how to do all those things. Like I say, we don't have to separate those things at all. But it's an amazing thing because this is a monumental day. Because y'all saw when we took all of those animals to the processor, and that's the biggest haul of animals that we've taken to the processor so far since we've been farming, raising animals, raising meat, since the Lord has given us this vision.
Okay, so jump back to the video where you had said you sold 30 hogs that year. Jump back to the videos where you said, man, look, you telling on yourself. Jump back to all the videos, yeah, we give stuff away, but we don't like to tell people and stuff like that. Now you're saying your biggest haul was 3 pigs and 2 goats, and you kept most of it. This is your biggest haul you ever donated. Jump back. We want to feed the world. Y'all remember that? Whole show legend.
We took 3 hogs that were probably 250, 300 pounds a piece, and then we took 2 rams also that were probably 80 pounds a piece. So we literally 3, 6, 9, we literally took about 1,000 pounds of meat to the processor to get processed so that we can fill our freezers for our family, so that we can fill the freezers of those that are in need, so that we can also donate to a local food pantry so they can distribute those items to the people that need them in the community.
Okay, now, all credit to my brother J.W. Washington. I asked y'all to go over there a couple days ago and watch how he broke down this, right? About all the meat this brother's getting and donating and stuff, right? I still want y'all to go over there, so I'm trying to not use this brother's content in a way where I'm disrespectful. But J.W. Washington wants y'all just to think about this. This is not my content, just this brother, right? J.W. wants you to realize this. After you take all the bones out of it, after you take all the guts out of it and all that, and you just left with ribs and chops and things like that, y'all do the math on how much poundage he's actually donating. Good looking, J-Dub. Shout out, bro.
And also so that we can give to our neighbors, because we already have neighbors that's like us, because we gave them a taste, and those animals that we got processed over the last, 6 months or something like that, I think we processed 2 hogs and a few ducks and things like that. Like I said, that was all just practice. That wasn't even a real deal. Like this, today is the real deal. Today is what we've been working towards.
God is whooping on your head, boy. Do you realize what you just said? All the rest of the animals, that was just practice. Today is the real day. So where's all the other meat you done gave away over the past years that you swear that you just didn't show because you didn't want to make people feel bad? Boom, boom, boom. Did this brother say today, the first day, we're really about to do this? Is that why him and Megan are so happy about really actually finding? Because Megan realized, okay, we're really finally doing what we supposed to do. I don't care how I get done. Go, Charlie B, go. Yes or no? Yes or no? My whole point is this. Did he just tell on himself and say, this is really the first meet we never really did? Now is he going to tell on himself and say, basically, our meat was raggedy, but we still... Y'all still ate it, right? Y'all ate it, right? And let me just jump. When Megan's filling these freezers and stuff up, I don't see no ducks. Y'all ran through that duck meat quick. Whole show alleged.
Like I said, all those animals that we took to the butcher before were what we call cull animals. Like they weren't the desirable meat. Like this meat that we're going to pick up, like we took our time, we raised it properly. Our sheep were on pasture. They're young, tender. The hogs, they were, we raised them from spring to a little bit before fall. Like I said, they're gonna be young, tender, succulent meat. It's the best of the best. You know what I'm saying? But farm.
You hear him with that mouse in his pocket again? We raised the best, we raised the best, we raised the best. Tim, you went and got the hogs, put them in the pens, and then told the boys, you got it. So how did we raise the best anything? Do you even know actually what the boys have raised? Because that's what happened. The boys raised them animals. You didn't do nothing but film. If you think that's raising animals, you got a lot to learn about farming, sir. Yes or no? I'm just saying. And let me just ask y'all this. Not taking nothing away from the boys. But do you think you're going to get the best meat ever with children raising them and feeding them? Do you think you're going to get the best meat ever, as Tim says, with them wallowing in his spray from his septic tank draining down to the manure he done scooped up in a pile and creating a pond, a little pond, pool, I'd say. And the pigs we've already seen just wallow in their own feces and the spray off of their septic tank. This is the best meat you can find in Tim's eyes. Yes. Best meat on the planet. Y'all come in here, Peanut Game, and tell me, do y'all want IAG meat? Because remember, he's supposed to have trucks and everything. Do y'all want some IAG farm meat? And we've seen how it's grown. We've seen how it's raised. We've seen that allegedly Megan and Tim doesn't do anything except tell the boys to go feed them and give them water. And this is the best meat on the planet, right, Tim? Okay, you ever heard of Wagyu? Best meat on the planet.
Raised on pastures, like I say, moved around, given plenty of room, not confined into a small little space and then having to live their life like that, but animals that were able to enjoy their life, animals that were able to move around, forage, get the things they need, and that comes across in the taste and the quality of the meat. So I'm super excited. It's a hot day out here in Mississippi, but we're gonna make it happen. And we have, like I say, 3 hogs and 2 rams that we're picking up for the processor, and I know that my coolers aren't gonna fit everything, but we're gonna get as much as we can in those coolers, and then we should be. I'll probably bring all the meat back home, and then we get it all organized because we also might give a financial.
Now, what if Charlie B could tell you? I didn't say all that for this reason. At the end of all him talking about giving and donating and giving and donating, allegedly, what if I could tell you that he's about to take stuff out of his freezer that they don't want to eat, that they're not going to eat, from the older hogs, like he said, that wasn't fresh farm meat, that was just, He's going to take all the fresh meat and take it back home and separate it and have Megan take meat out the freezer from the pigs. And that's what they're donating. And they're going to put all their good meat that they just ground up, allegedly, in the freezer. What if I could tell you that man of God just did that to these people? What if I could tell you that his editing skills are so bad he's going to show it? You see, this is the point I'm trying to make. Right here, Tim, if you didn't show this, I can understand you be like, the lies, the ridicule. Because I wasn't there. But guess who was there? You and Megan. And I have on tape that you're about to donate all the old pig meat you was just talking about that was because you don't eat that. But the last time you had it prepared for you, They gave you all this stuff that y'all don't like because you like the best parts of the meat. So since you like the best parts of the meat, allegedly you're going to keep the best parts of the meat and give them all the little stuff that you don't want out of your freezer already from the pigs. I keep jumping back to that right? So, is this really donating? Or is this getting a nasty pig out of your freezer that you don't want to allegedly put in the good pig now that you swear is the best pig meat on the planet? And you're going to keep all the best pig meat you can and give them the raggedy old meat that you already told everybody that was raggedy. Boom, bam, bam, bam. Did y'all catch it? Maybe not yet, but you will.
Donation as well to this food pantry that we're going to donate one full hog to, and maybe a little bit of sheep as well, a little bit of lamb as well. But we may also contribute financially to them as well. Like I said, it's a well-known ministry partner of ours that we've done work with in the past. Like,
now, Tim, no jokey joke. This is where you mess yourself up. Okay, you remember on the last video where you was like walking to the store and you was like, yeah, now you got a partnership with IAG Farms. Now you just said, yeah, well, no, man, we got a partnership with blah, blah, blah. You haven't been there yet. You're playing old content and blending it together. Right now, at this point, you haven't been there yet. I want y'all to realize that. He hasn't been there yet and told him, well, now you got a partnership with IAG. But he just made a statement. He's a liar. That, yeah, we got a partnership with so-and-so. The Newmans, right? Didn't we already see, because he has no content, that he wanted you to think that all this is flowing? But he lies so much he can't keep up with him. Are you feeling what I'm saying? You catch that? Are you catching this? Yeah, we got a partnership with Newmans and now, and it's funny because, and the reason he can jump back and say he's not lying is because the partnership he has with this man is not of giving meat. The partnership he has with this man allegedly, he was part of the same church that ordained Tim and all this, and like Tim's gonna make Brother Newman, and he's already making you try to look bad, bro. Yeah, he was responsible for handing me my waters and everything like that. Why is he trying to peasant you out already? Why is he trying to do that to you already? Like I said before, bro, be careful messing with Tim. Because he said you was a good brother. Everybody he says is a good brother, he throws under the bus. I keep Peanut Gang. This Charlie B keep telling everybody, Peanut Gang, tell these brothers, if Tim say you a good dude, it might take 2-3 weeks, but he gonna tell everybody how you screwed him over, allegedly. That's usually how it happens. So be careful, bruh. Whole show alleged.
I say, actually, the founder of this ministry was like, I don't know how to explain it, but when I preached my first sermon, like when I got licensed and ordained as a minister, Brother Newman, because the name of this foundation is the Newman Foundation, but Brother Newman, him and his wife started this foundation. But when I was preaching my first sermon, Brother Newman was assigned, like he was a part, like he was one of the men of the house of the church. He was assigned to like be my assistant that day, you know, to make sure I had my Bibles, make sure I had my water, make sure my microphone was right, you know. It's just a beautiful thing to see, you know, this coming full circle, because Newman, like, even though in positional rank as far as, you know, wisdom and elders in the church, he was ranked above me, but he didn't see it as a big deal to serve me on that day, you know.
Okay, Peanut Gang, question time. Y'all know I gotta ask y'all, because I'm kind of confused, right? Let me ask you this. Did you just catch that? Did he already throw this man under the bus lightweight, right? Do you feel like that man was serving Tim, or was that man trying to help Tim and just get his feet off the ground of being a pastor? Do you feel like he was his servant that day? Because allegedly, BTM, do he feel like y'all his servants? Even though Brother Newman was higher than me, he did, because Brother Newman is a man of God, allegedly, and you're not, and it wasn't that he was serving you. He was trying to help a brother out to get ahead in ministry, right? But let me ask you a question, Tim. Since you've known Brother Newman all this time, and you're going to say all this, you've known Brother Newman all this time. He's been giving away stuff for a long time, right? You've never done none of this before. You never showed none of this before, and you jump back. You just said, this is our biggest haul, right? Now you're about to make a statement where Brother Newman had already asked you, don't forget about me, brother. Okay. If that's the case, allegedly, and he served you, wouldn't he be the first one you went to with your donations? Instead of all these made up people you be talking about, you be giving away food to, and you can't show it because you don't want people to look bad. I was donating to a pantry of a man who helped you out. But jump back to Jackson. Everybody who helps you out, you leave by the wayside until you need them again. Yes. Calm down, Snoop. It's the mailman. Calm down. Until you need them again, right? I don't cut. I ain't shooting this over. Whoa! Chill out, man. Right? So now he needs Brother Newman to prove to everybody that I give away meat. Allegedly. Just Charlie B's opinion. Peanut Gang, what are y'all saying? Because if this was the case, how could he feel bad about donating to a pantry on camera? We don't want people to look bad and stuff like that. You look real good donating to a pantry. I'm going to give you opinion on that one. But you look real bad about lying about it before, like you donated all this meat. And this brother, who actually helped you out in your own words, was waiting on it. So, and you said everything else was practice. So basically, allegedly, you just told everybody you kept all that meat. Ben. Whole show alleged. Let's proceed, man.
When I was preaching my first sermon and getting licensed and ordained as a minister and everything. So now it just comes full circle to where we're blessing his ministry, because we talked about this maybe like 2 or 3 years ago, maybe even 5, 6 years ago, about once we got started. He was like, don't forget about me, Brother Tim. He was like, remember about us because we got a food pantry. And he told me to remember them. And it's been a lot of hard work, a lot of blood, sweat, tears. Y'all have seen a lot of what we've done to get to this point, but it's so much more. Like what y'all have seen has only been about 20 or 30% of what it has taken to get to this point, like I say.
Okay, no jokey joke, so y'all get it. He just said when they get started, right? Tim just admitted they've just got started. You have never donated nothing allegedly, sir. Right? You talked about this 5, 6 years ago with this brother. Do you think this brother be rocking with him now if he's been... Really? I guess the electric's out, y'all. I'm Charlie Bizzle. Let me go turn all this stuff back on. All right, y'all. This is what I see as I look out my front door as my light just went off. I got 2 electric trucks outside. For what reason, I have no idea. Hey, Miss Lady. I don't work, right, y'all? Huh? Oh, thank you about the flowers, baby.
Yeah.
What's up, Mom? I'm coming down to fix the roof today.
Are you okay?
Yep.
I'm gonna run over and get my brother.
Oh, you gotta go pick up bro?
Yeah, take this man.
All right. You seen Keith? Oh yeah, that foot. KJ. Yeah, nephew doing this thing. So I'll be down there to fix that because Keith called me and let me know about that. I think he's gonna just do the whole roof eventually. But right now, he said it looked like lightning hit it or something like that. Yeah, that's what because it looks like it's blown up a little bit. So we're gonna get that taken care of. How that kitchen doing that I remodeled?
It's doing good so far. Yeah, for sure.
It's all right.
About time for a new though.
You want another one now, don't you?
Another one now.
You want another one? Tell your son, you know what it is.
I know, you know what I was
He still ain't got that muffler thing fixed.
You know what, Donnie should be driving this car.
I know this ain't your car.
Had time to
Where the Explorer at?
Keith got it.
Where you go pick up something?
Yeah.
Okay.
He
You had to go get them helmets and
Yeah,
stuff?
had a couple days, so I'm like, go ahead, nigga. I can drive this little racking up.
Okay, all right. But yeah, man, talk to him about that kitchen. We redo it.
Okay. Yeah.
So you enjoying taking everything from one side and putting it on the other side and putting the window in and everything?
I love it. You hear me? I do. I love it.
Hey, no problem. We just leave everything the same. You just need the new modern stuff, the white
Yeah,
cabinets
that's
and not
right.
the wood stuff.
That's right.
You need all the that, you know what I'm saying, the white or gray cabinets popping off in there. We just change it out because we done already switched everything from one side to the other.
That's right. Yeah.
So we good.
Okay, I'll be back on me, but man, pick his ass up and get this damn message.
All right. All right.
baby.
I'll see you later. You already know what it is. That should have proved a lot of y'all wrong right there. And that was the job I was talking about. He called me yesterday on. But not my peanut game members. Y'all know I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Y'all know I take care of my fam. But here are the flowers again since we already out here. But yeah, this is what I come outside to. Now let's go around to the back. I'm gonna cut real quick and see who out here. See, this is the problem I got, y'all. I guess the big, you know, I told you I don't know about electric, but I guess the main whatever is in my backyard. So whenever they have an issue, they have to cut my power to fix it so he don't get electrocuted. But it take me about 20, 30 minutes. But watch me turn my whole house on. I'll be right back, man. Okay, y'all, we back. Now, as I said before, I ain't got nothing to worry about later to go out. See my machine working? Hold up. Yes or no? You hear me hitting the switch? You hear them still outside working on it? That's not a TV or nothing. That's them outside talking. All right, now. That's some grid down, and that's coming back too because we got to talk. Grid down, Mama T, all that. We going there. But I'm sorry I wasted your time. But you know I don't cut. And since I don't cut, I thought I'd give you how Charlie D do things. And like I said before, I think that just proved that what goes on around here is that I tell you facts. All right? Now, everybody else on my street probably in the dark, except for my aunt and a couple more people I know, about 4 or 5 people on the street who have the same thing I do. And we all doing the same thing right now. Off and on, TVs, everything work. So, let's get back to the show, right? Has this man ever... Has this man ever given any meat to anybody? No. Allegedly out of his own mouth. When you get started and get going, he would have been the first one he donated to, right? Or he would have had nothing to do with Tim right now. You played me, brother. Yes or no? You feel me? So let's proceed. Since the electric company wanted to interrupt us, but they don't know who they messing with. Let's go, man.
Because I remember, like, when we first bought this property, like, moving hogs around on pasture. I remember, like, early mornings. That's back when Megan was working full-time and part-time at the college that she worked at. I just remember bringing the boys down. I remember all type of, you know, different...
You ready to prove he's a habitual liar? Because we've all done it. In Peanut Game, I've done over 400 shows in less than a year. I do not know where this show is. I'm not gonna lie to you. Is it in the vault? No. But can y'all help me, please? Do you remember the show where he was talking about Megan was working at a college and Megan, we was so broke, Megan even went and got a part-time job. Remember that? Now he's trying to make it look like that Megan was working at the college and then sometimes she was working not full-time but part-time at the college. Right? Now, I know you're going to try to justify that, Tim, by like jump back in that one video where she was like, well, and he tried to tell her that she was going to teach and she was like, well, it's just school is closed, so I just got to go do some administrative stuff and stuff like that. I know you're going to try to justify the part-time with that, but allegedly, yes or no, did this brother but back in the day, jump back, say, Megan had a full-time and a part-time job. Now, to make it look good, he's trying to switch what he said back then to make it look like she didn't work 8 hours here. And what's a part-time job? Bim, 4 hours somewhere else. So technically, she's not a nurse, but she was Miss B. She was working 12 hours a day. Is that why, in the beginning, we didn't see Megan a lot? Because she had 12 hours of work to do. Jump back when we did see Megan, sun was going down a lot, wasn't it? Wasn't it? So if it's summertime on the farm, right? And Megan has to be at college to be the administrator, whatever. And then she has to go to another job. Is that why a lot of times back in the day, even when they went to go look at the trailer, the sun was falling? Megan had just got off work and was changing to go see that. Do y'all remember? Okay, you want me to give you another one? You remember the show I did when they were moving all that metal and stuff? And he told her, get to work, chick. He didn't use chick. But remember he told her, basically like, quit filming and get to work. The sun was going down then, right? So allegedly, you just told on God whooping on your head. You just told on yourself that you had your wife out here working 12 hours a day. Well, you didn't, because you tried to mix it up like you didn't and she was only working part-time. But I'm Charlie B, bro. You can't say nothing. That's why sometimes my kids hate me. Remember when you said so-and-so and so-and-so, and I see it on their face? Yeah. Gotta admit it, but you never will. So, got that from my daddy, man. Don't try to flim-flam me and then say something that you didn't mean when you said it the first time and you really meant it. Right? You might have forgot, but I remember when you was in the bed and calling Megan on her lunch break, telling her how pretty the sun was shining through the windows while she busting her butt to make sure that y'all have everything y'all need. Because at that point, the donations and your YouTube wasn't popping that hard. So Megan had to still do her thing. Right? And like you said in the video yesterday, as bad as you had a hold on her, I'm surprised you didn't make her get thrice jobs. Let's go, man. Whole show, lady.
Situations, but like I say, all of that is paying off to be able today to donate like good and beautiful meat, not garbage, not the leftovers, but like the top quality premium meat to people that's in need. And just also, like I said, we're gonna keep some to give to our neighbors as well, because I know our neighbors, the ones that we have let taste that good, lamb and that good sausage and that good pork, they're gonna want some more. They've already put their bid in with us. I know we have
Tim, you don't even realize what you be talking about, man. You just said the last meat was bad, right? Now, all your neighbors want to taste of that good meat. You had no good meat until right now. Yes or no? What did y'all? For y'all that's been really watching this stuff, yes or no? What has he been saying? The last meat, yeah. Now, this meat, oh, that's the best meat on the planet. You haven't even had none. Right? So you fed your neighbors the bad meat, but they got a taste of that bad meat, and I guess it was so good to them, they ain't gonna know what to do with the good meat. Is that what you're trying to say? Because that's not what you said. Charlie BB on one. So you're lying. You've never given your neighbors good meat. So technically, neighbors, he's giving y'all the bad meat and claimed it was good meat, and y'all ate it. So if your neighbors is mad at you if they see this, I don't know what to tell you, brother. I'm on one. Hit that like button, man. Hit that like button. That's all I'm asking. Let's get it. Let's go.
Right down the road, Miss Emma, and she loves the lamb and the pork as well. So we're gonna make sure we bless her as well, because she's a older widow, and the Bible tells us to take care of the widows and the orphans in their time of need. So
Eddie. Okay. All right. Tupac. Okay. What is going on? I'm confused. Didn't I just do a show talking about his widows and orphans? He had to bring that up. Did that just prove we give him all his content lately? He has so much no content, all he has is us. Boom! Boom! That show I did was like 2 years ago, but now you're bringing up widows and orphans. And isn't it ironic that we know how short Tim's attention and brain span is? Your house's name is Emma, and you about to donate to Emma too down the street, which is a widow. You better go down there and show the meat you giving, and you better go down there and say her name. Hi, Miss Emma. Here's meat. You know you love the ribs and all that stuff. Here you go. Yeah, but are they gonna want it now after they know you gave them the raggedy meat that you tried to say was good meat because they got a taste of it, right? Come on, man. Y'all see what's going on? This brother is a con artist. I mean, I've never seen a scam artist, con artist. Like it's both, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I hope I'm gonna go look up his address and I'm gonna see how many Emmas live around him. Yeah. Right down the street, he said, right down the road. Okay. That won't be this show, but I'm gonna bring it back up. You know me, I like to jump back. So, if she's a widow and her husband's passed away, everything should be in her name and there should be an Emma on your street right down the road. Right? So I'm gonna look that up. Won't be this show because I'm rolling. Because I got a show that I didn't know they did a Resurrection Ranch yesterday. You know Charlie B don't miss. I had the kids. And I'm only down to one. I'm down to one. That ain't mine. Okay? His name is Aaron. Perfect little boy. But nope. That's autism. Anyway, now, are y'all see where I'm going with this? Do y'all see where I'm going with this? This is all a scam, y'all. How do y'all rock with a man that can't tell you who can't remember the lie he told 2 weeks ago? Now, why would he have to bring up orphans and widows? He hasn't been. Charlie B did a couple shows ago, right? Now that's who's he want to help all of a sudden now again? Without watching Charlie B. So allegedly, BTM, do y'all believe this man allegedly? Because if y'all believe this, I don't want to say that. Yeah, I do, but in a different way. Satan is in all y'all's lives and hearts, if y'all believe this. Do y'all believe really Tim doesn't watch us, doesn't read the comments, but he knows everything that's going on in the realm of Charlie B. Bizarroville and IAG is just, oh yeah, they talked about me today. I didn't watch anything. But what did he say? If that is of God, Tim's trying to tell you that he's not of God. And I say this to say that. If this man's really going to sit on here and lie to you and say he doesn't watch, where are you getting all the information from? What demonic spirit is telling you, watch out for this man? Because he's telling the truth and he's coming for you, sir. Because there's no way you could bring stuff up this old from the past for no reason. Right? Right? Now, this is why I say this. I know this show was probably filmed before I even brought all this up, right? So, if we're going on, and I'm not calling myself a man of God at all, y'all, but this is what I'm going to say. If we know he shot this show weeks ago, and I just brought this up, and he still had the gall to show it, right? What does that say about him? What does that say? I'm not a man of God, like I said before. But whose side allegedly is God on? Your false preaching or the truth? Because how could Charlie B sit up here and do a show about you lying on orphans and widows, and you had a show in your vault that was going to talk about this right now? I'm not going to say it's scary to me. I'm almost ready to cry because I'm like, God working on me at this point. Tim, Emma's not, it doesn't have a lot of stuff on it at this point right now from this video. No LP signing, no nothing, right? So is God whooping your head through me? I'm asking Peanut Gang because I know a lot of y'all out there are far more with the book than me. But this stuff, like, lately it's been kind of messing with me. Like, okay, why can't I say something? And I know he's only going to show stuff that he's already done filmed. And then he beats his own self up with what I've already said before he knows I said it. Right? So, Tim, this is the point I'm trying to make. I don't think God picks sides. I don't. I just think that the truth will outweigh your lies. And you have to be put on Front Street. That's an old saying if y'all don't know what it means, but you got to be put on Front Street, bro. And let me just jump back to if we were Satan and demons and things like that, the reaction channels is doing so good on you right now. All it could be is God. You feel me? Now, if we were wrong, what did Megan say? God would handle us, right? So why does it seem like God just feeding us all the right word to make you look like what you are? A false teacher. I hope I didn't drag that out too long for y'all. I should have had my brother do it, but allegedly, little Rummy broke his glasses. But Brother B will be back. I hope y'all ain't like, oh, he didn't abandon Brother B. We don't get into it that much. You know, I call my mama. I'm the favorite. Let's go, man. Let's proceed. Whole show a legend.
We want to make sure that we, just reach out our hand, let our cup overflow. Like I say, even if one may not particularly be in need, you may have a deep freezer full of meat, but we feel like this meat that we're producing is anointed. You know what I'm saying? So we get a chance to bless people with and pray for them and minister to them. And, it's a beautiful, beautiful ministry, like I say.
Okay, you know I'm Charlie B. All the anointed and bless them and give to people and all this stuff, right? The meat, right? Okay, well, the meat in your freezer right now is the old tainted meat you be talking about. And that's what you're going to give everybody. I'm going to keep bringing that up until we get there. Because the show is not done yet. I just like to tell y'all what's going to happen before.
Wow. Looks heavy.
People call CPS on you, right? Bam! Do you realize all the boys was outside? Do you realize Megan was filming you? And do you realize nobody comes to see you? So do you realize everybody knows you was waving the little Benjamin in the door? Did y'all catch that? Whole show alleged.
All right. Can you get it in there? All right. You got it. All right. Great job. You got it.
Peanut Gang, can you come in here and just tell me, okay, Charlie B, you reaching? Because you're just a germ. Am I a germaphobe? Because I don't believe you should shove all that pork in those bags in your refrigerator with everything else that came from a meat market. Right? What else is around in there? What else are they bumping to? People are cutting meat, doing things. They're around meat all day. They're handing you your bags and stuff like that. Is everybody's hands in there clean? Is there meat residue on those packages? Are they sitting in packages on the floor? Where are these packages coming from? And you gonna throw all that in your refrigerator? Not Charlie B. So am I just a germaphobe or a peanut gamer? Y'all like, I wouldn't put all that in there with all my other stuff either. Now, let me just point this out. No, not you. I'm tripping right now. Germaphobe me. Okay, they had the boys put the meat in there. Then she was like, okay, good. Then Megan's gonna look at it and realize, okay, bad. Oh, that's Benjamin's milk. She's gonna then move all the milk and put it in the door of the refrigerator after it's already, to Charlie B, ain't putting this on y'all yet, tainted from all this pork, just from the grazing of the bags or whatever. Right? Okay, now, allegedly, I'm gonna even go here, petty time. Allegedly, if that is the case, she's gonna go in here eventually and grab that same jug that was up against the meat and pour Benjamin some juice. I don't see nobody wash their hands. I don't see none of this. But also, we're gonna see Big Man come in and take over the lady of the house's refrigerator. Because I believe she's not doing a good job, allegedly. We're gonna get to all this. That was a lot to say right then. For a short period of time, I'm gonna show all this. Do Tim. This is you showing your life, sir. Let's proceed.
All right. Okay, let's close back.
All right, Mom, you gonna better handle all that sausage? You say,
No Diddy, pause. Tim, your jokes is getting bad.
you say you wanted 80 pounds of sausage now. I was trying to get it all cut in pork chops, ribs, and bacon.
Replay the tape.
Exactly.
No, I want
Listen. Hey, we hear you. Calm down.
Okay, no jokey joke right here. This is why me and Miss B, Autism Awareness Show, is so important to us. Okay, and I know a lot of y'all don't watch that, but my whole thing is this. Do you see how he played Benjamin? Okay, this is where I'm going with this. We haven't heard this young man say daddy or mama or nothing like that. But to get the filming in, when he does try to talk, you just proved you cut that boy off. Now, I think it's a shame, Tim, my opinion. And I know Peanut Gang gonna rock with me, so I'm gonna throw this on y'all too. We over here looking at it like this. Your son's almost, what, a year and a half, if not? And we don't hear the normal things. And is that because you shut him up and he doesn't have time to develop his speech to get to mama or dada? It's not that he might not even have an issue, Tim. But if even when he was cooing, you used to be like, hey. Do y'all remember that? Always trying to shut him up and calm him down, especially when they was doing the P2Ps on the couch. Right? Y'all remember all this? So if you don't give him time to develop because you're too busy doing your show and you have to cut him off, when is he going to be able to form and get to where he needs to be? So is it developmental issues, or is it just you're the issue? Because you don't allow this boy time to express himself, get his words out, because you had to worry about sausage going in that refrigerator right then, right? Right? Just be like Charlie B, man. Be a real family, a real father. Let the show roll the way it was supposed to. IAG Farms, all about God. So that should be all about truth, not lies. It should be all about truth, not editing. It should be all about truth when you're not telling your boys what to say. That's all about you, sir. Right? So just get back to what you said the show was about. All about God. That is all about the truth. So if it's all about the truth being all about God, you should have just let that little baby. What you saying, Benjamin? What, boy? What? That's how you're going to get this young man to talk, sir. Not by cutting him off whenever he wants to say anything. And Peanut Gang, all that I just said, that's not what I wanted to put on you and me. No, this is what I wanted to put on you and me. I think we both think it's a shame that his speech is where it is, allegedly. But he knows when you tell him to shut up, he does it. Jump back to the show the other day. He was clearly hurt by hitting his mouth on his brother. Waste. Right? You shook that little boy and told him to be quiet, and what happened? Did y'all hear anything else out of Benjamin? No. So, Benjamin is intelligent enough to understand, I'm making this man mad. Shit it. Right? But if you're cutting him off every time he tries to talk, is that why all your kids are the way they are? Because you've been doing this ever since you've been filming? Let's jump back. At one point, you had almost 5 acres of land, and you wanted the boys to sit on a side-by-side while you filmed Megan working pregnant, allegedly, and then threatened to whoop Tim Jr.'s butt, well, spank Tim Jr., and put him on punishment if he didn't stay seated where you said. Now, me and a lot of Peanut Gang came in here like, okay, if they got all this farm and this day farm, why do little boys have to just sit there? Why can't they be running around in sight and stuff like that? Because this is not a farm. This is not of God. Allegedly, you're Saddam Hussein, and this is a dictatorship, bro. Let's proceed. Also alleged.
Just move, let me show you how to spread all this salmonella around, girl. You don't know what you know. What time I was trying to put it in there, but nah, you just packing it here wherever you can next to all the other meat, any meat you can. And I don't care, don't be shaking your head on camera after this.
Oh yeah, me just start falling out. Alright man, open up that refrigerator, let's see the sausage. Now I did stuff it in there, so it might fall out.
Get open and it started growing.
We got just a little bit of sausage in there. Look at Ben excited. Ben said, yay!
It's my opinion, she need to throw all that stuff away and deep clean that whole refrigerator. It's rubbing against the doors and everything how it's trying to come out. Now, this is my point I want to make. I'm not even worried about the sausage. Let's jump back to Benjamin. Shut up. Now it's time to be on cue, boy. Say yay! Say yay! What is wrong with this man? What is wrong with this man? You wouldn't let it, he's a child. You wouldn't let him talk when he wanted to, and allegedly for his age needed to, you shut him up. But now for Q, you're ready to get in, let's go. Come on, man.
Christmas Eve and Christmas. And then Ty said, who's Christmas?
Did y'all catch it? What Charlie B coming here to say? They don't explain to the kids what holidays are. They just don't do it. You hear him laugh it off? Ty's like, what's Christmas? If you're not going to celebrate the holidays with your kids, you can at least explain it to them. That some people do and some people don't. And y'all are the ones who don't, but you are the ones still who know what it is. It's funny that your son don't even know what Christmas is. Has no clue to you. Okay. Doesn't Christmas, I mean, a lot of people don't celebrate it. I understand that, but, and we know allegedly this is not the day, but isn't this supposed to be celebrating Christ? And they don't even know allegedly what it is. You can't break it down to them like that. Like, some people look at it like this, that, and the other. No. You're just going to tell them we don't do holidays, period, and leave it alone. That's it, that's all. Right? And that's funny to you. And then you want to bring up Christmas in front of your boys. And allegedly, you're still not going to tell them what it is. What are you going to honestly have to say? Daddy, what is Christmas really? Oh, just some day where you write down on the list whatever you want that me and your mama's supposed to buy it. We don't do that around here. Daddy, why not? Jump back, like I said, I ain't buying you nothing. Work for it. Make a man out of you. Let's go.
We'll say it don't have to be Christmas around here for us to have a bunch of meat.
For real.
Have a big cookout.
You're like, what's that? What's going on?
Exactly.
Every day is like it.
That's fun. Alright, y'all, we got ours.
Okay, so they've been messing with all that pork. She just gonna unscrew his cup, go get the milk that they had next to the pork, undo the cap with pork cans, pour it in there, then screw the cup back on and then give it to Benjamin, right? Okay, y'all come in and tell me what you think about that one. Let's proceed.
Sausage in the refrigerator, and we're gonna close that down and start getting. Let's see what these freezers looking like. Okay, it's pretty good. She got it pretty good cleaned out. We got a couple of ducks left over down there. And we got some duck necks, and then all this here, all the way down to the bottom, is spare ribs, like little small ribs from getting hogs. And so we don't really eat the spare ribs. We like the bigger ribs, so we might donate all of those as well, so we can clean those out as well. But let's start getting some of this frozen stuff in the freezer now.
Okay, now we at the part where Tim's about to tell you, and look at these coolers once Megan fills them up. It's mainly spare ribs. They kept everything else. Whole show alleged. Let's go, man. There we go.
Got this cooler filled up with the meat that's being taken to the local food pantry. And it's so full, it's overflowing. It won't close all the way. But once we get the other cooler with all the sausage in there on top, it'll push it down. Because it looked like it should have closed, but I guess it got it.
Okay, Tim, no, if it looks like you threw a couple ribs in there, maybe some hams, and put all them spare ribs on top. Because let's just remember, everybody, there's still ice in them coolers, right? So we all know that. That's taking up room too. But they made sure you seen all this meat on the top. The spare ribs, they said they didn't want. From the old meat that was, right? Let's go, man. So why you gonna go over here and tell this man, all this meat was fresh farm meat? No, it wasn't all fresh farm meat. You gave the old spare ribs to him. Next.
We have been on the road for a while, and we are super excited to be headed to the Newman Foundation. Y'all, this is a dream come true for us. This is something that Tim and I have talked about for years.
Okay, let's jump back. They've never done this before, y'all. We've been talking about this for years. I'm so excited. Come here, peanut gang. Because somebody came here and said, Charlie B, they still on food stamps, allegedly. Right? Okay, now, why is Megan going to address that issue? Peanut gang. Why is she going to address it? I remember years ago when we cut up our food stamp card. So, allegedly, you just admitted, you probably still have one we don't know. We'll never know. But my whole point is this. At least 2 years ago, you had one, right? But y'all was debt free, getting welfare assistance. Is that the biggest lie on the planet? We out here, yeah, we debt free, living in this mobile home. Was that the biggest lie on the planet? That they was debt free at that time and they was getting welfare assistance. And if you cut up your food stamp card, so you're still getting a check for 4 boys and yourself, allegedly, right? Welfare, donations, and YouTube money. Y'all doing pretty good, huh? Out there living in a trailer with really no bills, huh? Y'all been stacking. Whole show allegedly.
Years ago, when we cut up our food stamp card, you know, we shared our testimony before about how we were on some different like WIC and programs like that, and just the quality of the food was so poor, you know. And then with the food stamp part, we just had the heart to like say, hey, like, let's do this. Like, we can do this. We can grow our own food. We can figure out a budget. We can cook our own food. And so we just felt led to do that. We felt led that it was time for us to like step forward, move forward, and the Lord has shown himself strong on our behalf. Just for our desire to be able to grow our own food.
Okay, now can y'all tell me what did food stamps and anything have to do with anything else she's about to say today? Nothing. She just had to make it a point to let all y'all know we're not on food stamps anymore. Did y'all catch it?
Have enough, not just for us, but to share with others. And this is coming true. It's coming to fruition, and we're almost there. We are headed there now. I love that we have our kids with us right alongside of us, seeing our dreams come true, seeing what it's like to follow the Lord and obey Him, and how He like helps you bless others.
Okay, no jokey joke right here. So happy to have our kids with us to see what our dreams are and all this and blah, blah, blah. Can I just make a point right here? Okay, Tim, you never strapped none of that stuff down in the back. Nope, not nothing. And that one tote was higher than the back seat. Tim Jr. and your other son is sitting there. If at any point you would have ran in the back of somebody, or you'd have had a head-on collision with somebody, that cooler would have jetted off that back thing. I don't know what it could have did. I'm not going to go there, but them boys would have been hurt. And depending on how bad the collision was, that cooler might have been up front with you by the time it was all done. Now, what's separating the boys from you? Benjamin's car seat. You never thought about that when you had to drive all this way with all this meat? Never thought about that? That if you get in an accident, that top cooler is going to jet off of here and hurt my kids? Never thought of that? But luckily, God was with you and you didn't have that issue, but you need to start thinking about things like that, man. Next time, strap all that stuff down just in case you do get into an accident. But let's jump back. With safety, we already know you're not the biggest one when it comes to your boys, allegedly. Let's go, man.
Yeah, this is us. Because I didn't want to handle it. This is sports, is it right? It's like a port. But I didn't want to handle it myself because we have back into our own personal meeting. Right. I want to handle it like
once they had done one thing.
Right, because everything they do, you know, is USDA certified. So I didn't want to put my hands on the law, so we're donating.
Right.
Okay, that's the meat I was talking about. Allegedly, you cannot sell. Okay? Okay? It has to come from the USDA place, wrapped like all their meat were, like them ribeyes were wrapped. That's how it's supposed to come, if you're even going to donate it, right? So did you hear Tim save his butt when he said, I didn't want to touch it because right now it's all USDA certified and everything. But basically, Mr. Newman, if you decide you want to touch it and rewrap this meat and somebody gets sick, it doesn't matter if it came from our farm. I already told you, I never did nothing with it. I don't know what you did to it after you decided to rewrap it and give it to your people, because you can't get it in bags to people. So go ahead and allegedly get in trouble with Tim, because any donated meat should be in its own sealed container, right? Now, for y'all who watched the video, y'all know I'm not lying right here. Earlier in the video, I didn't show it, but he said, I asked him to put them in 2 to 3 pound packages, but this is how they gave it to us. And then he proceeded to tell Mr. Newsom this story about how basically this is on y'all if anything go wrong, because I'm already telling you on camera right there. You see the camera right there? Mr. Newsom, you see the camera? Yeah. I ain't touched it. I gave it to you. If you want to pre-package it, I ain't got nothing to do with that, bro. So don't be coming back to me if somebody gets sick from the meat from my farm, allegedly. They love to protect their butt, don't they? Oh, sure, allegedly.
Yeah. So y'all got one full whole hog. Whole hog, everything. Yeah.
you want to do it, or you want to just go back and forth?
You just pass it to him. That way he can stack it. Yeah.
Okay, no jokey joke. You see that meat Megan was just passing him? That's how all the meat was supposed to be wrapped to donate it. That's it. That's all. That's all I got to say about that. Now, let's get to the part where, I don't even know how to say this. Mr. Newsom, you seem like you're a good brother. But I think it's that Tim has some kind of charisma that gets people to lie. That gets people to worship him. Because before I play all of this, I want y'all to notice something. Y'all that really rock, y'all know. When he first showed this in his trailers, and he asked, y'all be watching? Mr. Newsom clearly said, my wife do. Right? Right? Now after he done seen a hog and stuff like that, he's gonna break it down and bust it down how him and his wife basically watched the kids grow up. Now I ain't saying nothing about Mr. Newsom because I don't know the man from a can of paint. But y'all come in here and tell me, did his whole thing changed on watching them from the time Tim walked in the door and he didn't know what he was getting to after he got his hog? What is the big thing with Tim when he says he's gonna do something for you? Everybody gets excited and start kissing his butt allegedly. Did y'all catch it? Let's proceed. Whole show allegedly.
So, but this is a ministry. This is what we do. So,
Amen.
we're part that you all are part of. We was watching, my wife literally watch you all online.
That's
but
right.
We've been watching the process, especially my wife. She's a Facebook person. She's watching.
And that's most of our audience is like women. Yeah, we're like, because of the analytics tell us it's like 70% women, the rest men.
Right.
Yeah, but most of the time it's like married couples, Wife be watching the husband walk in, sit down, you know how it goes.
They tell me, updates.
There you go. Yes, sir.
Watch you all grow up. Truly. Watch you all grow up.
That's something though, because I didn't even know that y'all were watching. Because I send people like videos all the time, and some people watch, some people don't. But y'all have been following us along for the whole journey. So when I called you, you already knew everything that was going on. That's something. Yeah. Amen.
You never know. You never know. People are watching.
Yeah.
You never know who's watching and what impact. Down the road you have what impact. Like Captain. You drop a pebble in the water and it goes out. And then when it hits the end, it actually comes back. So you never know how your ministry affects other people.
Amen. I love it.
I let the brother talk. Peanut Game, you tell me what you think. I'm not saying nothing. He did say, my wife mostly, but from the door he said, now my wife watch it. But now he did say he watched kids grow up. So is he just not watching now and he used to watch all the time before? I don't know. Y'all come in to tell me, right? Now, let's get on with it to the brother Newsom and Tim getting him to shout out how you can send him some money, and Tim talking about how I love him.
And then what's the best way to leave those monetary or, cash donations?
Yes, if you go online, then there is a way to pay with your credit card, that type of thing, so you can actually do it there. If not, you can mail your love gift to the Newman Foundation, P.O. Box 962, Terry, Mississippi 39170. That is P.O. Box 962, Terry, Mississippi 39170.
I love it. Yeah.
My bad, Joe. We over an hour with this. I ain't mean to do this. You know me. I don't like to waste your time. But, hey, some things is what it is. I'm going to try to cut out what I can of my boss's mom pulling up on me. But, it might get a little explicit. But, me and Miss B will be back with autism later on today. She's resting right now. That's all I can say. I love y'all. Y'all be easy. Charlie be out, man. I hope y'all enjoyed the show. And I hope Tim got his point across, not me. I just react to what Tim said. Whole show legit. Love y'all. Y'all be easy.